From somewhere in Honolulu, Hawaii, I'm Shumai Shirashima, and this is Doom Business. Hello folks, so as you can probably tell, we're outside. With me today I have my special guest, Christian.
Hi. Yeah, you might hear the wind blowing, you might hear a motorcycle drive past.
My mother called it a murder-sickle.
Now, why are we up here?
Here's some kids laughing. Well, because,
we're not in the undisclosed location.
We were in my brother's basement.
Oh, not so undisclosed? You're willing to tell people?
But for some reason, he kicked us out. All he said was, and I quote in my voice, because we sound alike, we're twins, he said, "I gotta do some damn digging." So we're actually... Oh, there's a cat.
What?
I got scared a little bit.
Oh, there's a cat up here. It's going away.
They're like little tigerish apparitions.
It's windy up here.
So now we're up on the roof of the house.
Yes.
You'd be surprised how hard it is to find a place to record this show. It's actually not that easy.
Everywhere you go, there's actually noise.
There's a little bit of noise, and this mic will pick up that noise. But we need this mic for quality.
So you might hear the wind blowing or something. Hey, today I brought an interesting topic to share with you for the show.
What is it?
Guess? All right, I'll tell you.
Wait, let me guess. More wrestling?
No.
Because I enjoyed it. You know, it's our number one viewed show right now. Episode is that wrestling one.
Well, what's that?
It's just hammering. It's my brother.
Okay, ignore that.
He says hammering in the basement. I have no idea what he's doing, but he just looked at me with his like eyes.
His head just popped out from underneath, from below the house, and then just went back in again.
Okay, no, now it's up again. What do you want? I'm just digging, don't mind me. No, he's just digging. He looks just like me, doesn't he?
Hopefully the mic didn't pick that up too much. Tonight on the show, I wanted to present to you weird, old,
yes,
bizarre stories.
Okay, I'm interested.
Of fast food.
Look, Christian, look. Now I trust you. You've been on this show many a time.
This is paranormal-ish fast food.
Now, you were pushing it the last time with that Jack in the Box story. So, now that was very good. So I'm going to trust you with this one. So now that the show is yours now, I'm going to entrust you with the show with your little tidbits here. So what's
these
up?
Are bizarre or paranormal things having to do with fast food. And I made a list of several interesting things I researched as a paranormal researcher, which I am.
But they're food-based.
That's right.
Haunted food?
Do you want to start with the haunting?
Well, that seems fun, yes.
The haunted Taco Bell of Twinsburg, Ohio. This is real. Look it up on the internet.
Okay.
Do a Bing search and you'll find it. This happened. So there's a Taco Bell in Twinsburg, Ohio that's haunted. Now, what do people see there?
Potatoes.
Some people, well, you see that in the burritos because they put potatoes in burritos.
Do they? I was just joking.
Because it's cheap.
Oh.
Some people see a 7-year-old little girl in a white nightgown standing in the corner of the dining room.
No. Oh, no. Stop right there.
But I can't stop because actually that's only one of 3 ghosts that appears at the same Taco Bell.
I just got goose pimples.
I'm not making this up, by the way. I challenge the audience to go and look this up on the internet. You'll find an article on Examiner.com, so you know it's true, that explains this. The second ghost is a mountaineer. It's a man dressed in outdoor mountaineering clothes.
This is in Taco Bell.
Yes, and he's standing in the drive-thru window.
Behind or in front?
I couldn't tell from reading it. Like maybe it was someone outside looking in, seeing him, or the opposite. I'm not sure. Now, the third one is the most interesting, though. A third apparition seen at this Taco Bell is a teenage boy dressed in old-fashioned Taco Bell uniform.
Oh my goodness. I have a story that's similar to this, but proceed.
And he's sometimes seen helping to clean up the place after hours, just mopping. So he's helping out from beyond the grave.
If you recall my ghost story that we did a few episodes ago, my Sears ghost story,
Well,
with the two old Filipino women in ancient Sears
I think I've
clothing.
heard you talk about this before. So you used to work
My claim is that I did see two ghosts.
at the Sears department store
Yep.
in Ala Moana.
So quick recap.
Yes.
Quick recap here. It was just us. It was me and my team, late at night or early morning. And it was just us. This is what my boss told me. Unless he was lying.
Yes.
But I was on the third floor, just me. That was my section.
Go on.
And I saw by the escalators two old Filipino ladies dressed in uniforms I was not familiar with. But they had the cleaning supplies and the carts.
So this is the middle of the night. Store is closed.
Supposedly we were the only ones in there.
Was it dark? The lights were
No,
shut off?
it-
Oh, okay. The lights were on. Okay.
And they looked like normal people. They weren't see-through. They didn't have upside-down faces or the typical ghostly
Right, or a long stretched out face.
with open eyes, and like that famous painting of the Screamer. I think
Right.
it's called that.
Yes.
So they weren't like that at all. It was the opposite. But they were Filipino, old ladies. So then after work, we went to the meeting, and it was time to go home. And I said, "Well, hold up, wait,
Hold on there.
hold up there, wait, boss. There's still people in here. We can't lock up and just leave these people in here." So he says, "What are you talking about, Shumai? We're the only ones in this building right now." And the end.
No one else was. So they were
He
old-fashioned
didn't say
looking.
the end. I said the end. But yeah, they didn't look like... They were wearing uniforms, but not the uniforms of the cleaning people I was accustomed to. Now, look. I try to be logical. I have an open mind. Alright?
Yes.
I have an open mind. My mind is open. And to me, at the time, I thought they were just normal people.
Normals.
And they might have been commoners. And maybe they were just trapped in that place for some odd reason. But maybe they were ghosts. I don't know what to think. It makes me wonder now, if I'm walking around town in the daytime, what do I know? Who's real and who's not real?
Maybe you're seeing a lot of ghosts and you never even know it.
Maybe everyone is a ghost. Maybe it's a reverse version of the Sixth Sense.
Only Bruce Willis is alive. He's making movies still.
Yes, he's in the next G.I. Joe movie.
He's in Die Hard 6.
If you call that G.I. Joe. Well, anyway, so what's the next
Next
story
story.
there? I must say, by the way, too, I love Taco Bell.
Do you?
I do love those, they have this burrito.
I feel like you don't get that much food for your money, though.
You do. You have to buy the cheap menu.
Yeah, okay. Like the burrito.
They have this one taco that's actually, Doritos.
Yeah, the Doritos Loco taco shell.
I didn't try that yet.
I have not tried it either, but I sure have heard a lot about it.
What I will do is just buy a cheap taco for $1 that they have in their menu, and just buy Doritos and just pour it on there.
Wait, you're getting ahead of me now. Story number 2. Secret menus. Now, this applies to what
let's
you're
see.
talking about.
You're good.
You're building things.
You're a thinker. This is why you're good.
So people don't know there are secret menus at a lot of fast food places, right?
I just learned about this last year.
And here's a few of them, in case you didn't know. Now, because the first one, the oldest one, is the In-N-Out Burger. Okay, we don't have them here in Hawaii, but In-N-Out Burger is a chain of restaurants,
Yeah.
burger places, and they had the animal style.
That sounds like something else.
So for many years, it was never on their menu, but if you said, I want animal style fries or animal style burger, they would put special toppings on, right? And it's not so much of a secret anymore because it's actually on their website. So it's not really secret now, but it used to be. And they would put like onions and cheese and something on it.
Wow, amazing.
And that's the style of an animal.
I'm being sarcastic, because I actually was there once during my trip to Vegas and Six Flags.
Yes?
I was not impressed. I don't know what the big deal is.
Well, you didn't get it animal style, I'm assuming.
You're probably right.
I'm told here, now I've never eaten there since we don't have them here.
To me, it was
but-
very plain. It was plain tasting burgers.
Well, would it have helped if, well, it's pretty windy now, would it have helped if the burger was cooked in a thin layer of mustard? Because that's what an animal style burger is.
That actually sounds like a good idea.
McDonald's has a secret menu, right?
Before you begin,
Here's a few examples.
Before you begin,
Okay.
There's one that I know. I didn't actually order it, but you can make your own, and it's called the what is it called? The Vomitron? No, wait, no. What it is, it's you order a chicken sandwich, a McChicken, and a McDouble, and you open up the McDouble right down the middle,
right, yeah.
and you put the McChicken, the whole thing, in there. Now you have this giant chicken in the middle hamburger.
I don't remember what that one is called. I only wrote down a few of them here.
It's one of the most popular ones.
As you know, I don't have a tablet computer, so I only have a tablet, which I am literally writing my notes down on.
Tablet. Now, is that an iPad?
Yes, that would be a tablet.
A tablet computer.
Here's a few. I don't know what that one is called. Chicken burger.
I'm pretty sure it's called the Vomitron.
It sounds kind of like the land, sea, and air burger, which is when they combine a chicken, a beef burger, and a filet of fish.
Wow, that's like
into one burger.
That's 3 burgers in one.
There's the McCrape. Now, this is lame. All you do is you buy McDonald's pancakes, and you buy the yogurt parfait, and then you put the yogurt parfait on top of the pancake and fold it in half.
Oh, that's like a crepes.
Yeah.
I saw those in
sort of.
I saw those in Japan.
Sort of. Hey. Never mind. We're on the roof, so, stuff happens up here.
One more thing about that,
yes.
though. Did you know that McDonald's has a whole list of banned or canceled food items?
Well, what do you mean by banned? Do you mean that...
They didn't do so well. Well, some were canceled, some
you
were
mean
just...
they were trying it, but they were bad.
They don't bring them back anymore, so they're banned in that sense.
So what would be... I mean, we all know about the McRib, how the McRib comes and goes.
That one's not banned.
Always there.
That one isn't banned.
It comes back sometimes. Yeah. But so what are banned ones? What are ones that are gone forever? We know some, right?
The McAfrica.
Are you kidding me right now?
Look it up. It's either called the McAfrica or the McAfrican. What is in it? It is a pita, I believe. It's a pita type of thing.
Why would they call it that?
Because it was only exclusive, I think, to Africa. I might have dreamed it, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it, you'll find it, along with other things.
We all know...
a McPizza and all these other things that were...
I mean, we all know that they have regional menu items.
Yeah.
Special things. Like, for example, here in Hawaii... We have our own regional items. We have Sai-Min on the menu.
That's true.
Which for those who don't know...
It's just noodles.
It's a ramen-like
or cup of noodles.
Noodle dish.
People are familiar with cup of noodles. Just imagine that, pretty much. But better.
We have a Spam breakfast. These are... So every McDonald's around the world has regional items that are special.
Japan has this huge Big Mac burger and a shrimp burger called the Ebi burger, I believe.
Yeah, they have stuff like that.
Ebi. And you know what? At McDonald's, super nice. Best service ever.
Oh, in Japan?
They're really nice. And I couldn't speak a lick of the language. Or I did, but I was too ashamed to use it. Because I was afraid that I'd mispronounce things and they'd laugh at me.
But if you're in a McDonald's anyway, then you might as well, speak English because it's a McDonald's. So it's normal. It's not like you're going to a actual Japanese restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So next item on the list.
Speaking of Japan, okay.
So this is perfect.
Well, by the way, it's
a good segue.
There's also the McTen 35.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, you may have heard of it before. So apparently, if you go into McDonald's at exactly 10:35 and order this, you can only get it then.
Breakfast and lunch, is this it?
Yeah, 10:30, of course, is when they stop serving breakfast, or 11 in some places. But usually it's 10:30, and they're very strict about it. They cut it off. But at exactly 10:35, if you come in and order a Mc1035 or MC 1035, as I like to call it, they will make an Egg McMuffin with a McDouble inside of it. I mean, or 2 patties, not the entire McDouble.
Right, I see.
Now, you may have to explain to them how to make this, because they might not know.
Well, that's like the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just split up the McDouble. I'm just assuming here.
Most of these are just things where you just stick 2 things together.
The McDouble is the key.
Yeah.
You can't do that with the McChicken.
Now let's talk about Burger King. Burger King has the suicide burger. And that's when they have a regular burger and they put 4 beef patties, 4 cheese, and bacon, and that's the suicide burger. And that's on their secret menu, but that is nothing compared to another thing I came across when doing this research, which is the Windows 7 Whopper. And this is where Japan comes in, because this happened only in Japan.
Okay.
You may have heard about this. Any tech-savvy listeners have heard about this. So, back in 2009, Windows 7 operating system was coming out.
I knew you would say something about that.
Microsoft was making Windows 7. Mm-hmm. The makers of Bing...
Are they?
Is Microsoft. So, as a promotion, in Japan only, in Burger King's, they offered the Windows 7 Whopper to celebrate the release of their operating system.
Okay, good.
Guess what was in the Windows 7 Whopper?
4 patties of beef, onions, and cheese.
No. It was a Whopper, except it had 7 patties in it.
Holy crap. How much was that? Did it say the price?
Actually, it did. It cost 777 yen, which is a good deal. It was only for 1 week, of course.
That's $7, yeah.
But now, okay, here's
US
the thing, though.
money.
Here's the thing, though. If you read the fine print, each location was only selling the first 30 Windows 7 Whoppers per day for that price. And then, because it was a special.
7 beefs? 7 patties?
If more than 30 people ordered it in that day, you would have to pay the more expensive full price, which was...
$13.
Was 1,450 yen. So twice as much.
That was close. I would try it once.
It was only around for 1 week. Actually, they extended the offer a little bit longer to 16 days because it was so popular, strangely.
Why don't they just keep selling it? They're making money.
People will die. That's the problem.
They're already dying. I want to try it. I'm willing to buy...
Well, it was only available for 2 weeks in October of 2009.
I'll make my own. McGangBang.
Yes, actually, I remember reading about that.
The McDouble over the McChicken is called, and will always be called, the McGangBang, a.k.a. the Vomitron.
Now, in that scenario...
The Vomitron is what I came up with. I just couldn't remember it earlier.
In that scenario, who's doing the banging? Is it the
McDouble,
chicken or the...
The McDouble is the dominant of the burgers.
Jamba Juice.
Oh, yeah.
Or the secret menu.
I'm sure they have.
They have different kinds of gummy bear things. Like you say,
in the thing?
I want a white gummy bear. Now, what that actually is they just take some juice and different kinds of fruit sorbets, and they make a fruity drink. And they have a lot of ones that are supposed to taste like candy. So they have like a Starburst. Like you could say, I want the Starburst, or like Skittle flavor.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible.
And what they do is they just take their sorbets and juices, and they mix together things that they think taste like those candies tasted. There are other ones, though. There is the Dirty Orgasm.
That sounds more exciting.
And... Oh, the wind's picking up now. And the Penis Shooter.
Penis Shooter.
It's actually called that.
Now, there's a lot of wind hitting the mic, I assume. You might want to say that again, a bit louder.
I feel like some of these are like a prank, right?
Really?
Like they're just trying to get people to go into a Jamba Juice and say, I want a penis shooter.
I'm afraid if I do that, my fear of all these items on the secret menu is I'm afraid of saying like something like the McGangBang and just being looked at in a very puzzled way. Like, what if no one knows about these items? I'll look like a fool and a jackass.
You're afraid, yeah, of rejection, of public shaming. Anyway...
Do they know about these secret menus? Like, all the employees? Probably not.
I think a lot of them don't. I think a lot of these are just made up by people.
Here in Hawaii, God bless our elderly folks, especially the old Filipino ladies, because you will find them at the registers.
Yes.
They love to work. Now, if it was a young whippersnapper, maybe I would try and ask if he knows about a McGangBang or any one of these items. But not of late. I've not done that of late.
Anyway, that was secret menu items. Let's move on to a third story. Okay, Bigfoot.
Always a classic?
You wouldn't think Bigfoot had a fast food connection, would you?
I would not.
There's a Bigfoot researcher named Dennis Fohl.
How do you spell that last name?
It's spelled Pfohl.
Pfizer.
It may be pronounced fool.
That's ironic.
Or I think it's Fohl. So he's a Bigfoot researcher, and he spends a lot of immersion time out in the woods trying to get the Bigfoot comfortable enough to approach him.
Yes.
And he uses a lot of food to lure them out there. Now, you may remember Chrononaut X, when he was here,
Yes.
talking about Bigfoot, he said something like he wanted pizza or big gulps to lure a Bigfoot to him. Mm-hmm. Similar idea here with this guy named Dennis Foll. And this is real. Look it up. I told you how to spell it already.
Yes.
According to him, Bigfoot likes sweets. So he uses Twinkies and ding-dongs.
Twinkies? I thought those were non-existent.
Well, I did some research here. First of all, this is probably from before they went out of business.
So...
But actually, Twinkies are back. A new company bought the license and are producing new Twinkies now.
It's called Twinkies?
As of July of this year, yes, they're back.
Because I bought some knockoff Twinkies. They weren't called Twinkies. I think they were called Twinkles. I bought them from Times Supermarket. When it's about savings, it's about Times. So I bought this box.
Yes.
It was so terrible.
How were they? No.
I tried to give them away to work, at work, and my employees just got mad at me.
He also says he's tried making pancakes for the Bigfoot. Because they're economical. But when he doesn't have time to make his own pancakes, he does buy McDonald's pancakes.
I was going to just say, did he make that thing on the secret menu?
No, well, not that I know of. He just puts syrup on them, and he says Bigfoot likes that. He likes McDonald's pancakes with syrup.
How does he know? Has he seen one? Does he claim to have seen one?
It wasn't clear. He was kind of iffy about that in what I read.
See, folks, this is what happens sometimes in my field. You get people like this who have no evidence to show.
Well, it does say, though, that he spent... Do you hear that? We're up on the roof.
Sorry, my brother has a cage full of pigeons.
It's nighttime.
He doesn't have an internet. He just has these pigeons for messages. Proceed with your story.
Well, he does spend a lot of time in the woods, this guy. In fact, he said that he's missed birthdays. He's missed his son's graduation. All because he has to be out there in the woods looking for the Bigfoot.
But he hasn't seen one personally.
He didn't say that he didn't see one.
No pictures, no video, no audio recordings.
Not that I know of. I think he has some hair. He found some hair fragments.
That's very gross.
All right, well, that was story number 3. Not much to it, sorry, but that was the closest I could get. I searched McDonald's and Bigfoot. And
I was really hungry. I was really hungry earlier because of your fantastic story on the secret menu. But now that you said hair, I'm not hungry anymore. Please, what's next on your list? I'm growing quite disappointed here.
The next one, secrets of Coca-Cola.
Oh, good.
Right.
I know one secret.
Yes.
Back in the olden days, and this is a fact,
Yes.
they had trace amounts of actual cocaine
That's true.
because it made you addicted.
It was made from the coca leaf,
Yes.
which is what cocaine is made from. And sure, it had those compounds in it too. Used to. Now they still make it from coca leaves, but it's leaves that have had the cocaine taken out of them. Now what happens to the cocaine?
Whoa, it's a good question.
Now, secrets of Coca-Cola. So, there's been a myth for a long time that in China, Coca-Cola, they translated the name. So they used Chinese words that sounded like Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Okay? But unfortunately, due to the specific characters they used in translating it, those words, Coca-Cola, actually meant bite the wax tadpole in Chinese.
That sounds very erotic.
Or female horse fastened with wax.
Oh my god, this gets more erotic at the
Obviously,
minute.
wax is the same word in both cases. They did make up signs without paying attention to exactly which characters they were using, because of course in Chinese there are many characters that sound the same but mean different things.
Yes.
And-
so it's really no one's fault then.
But over time, they wised up and they said, okay, let's choose words that actually sound good, that mean something good in Chinese, but also sound like Coca-Cola.
Okay.
So they chose a word ko, and they used the character that means permit or may.
Good, good so far.
Ko,
Coco.
so just repeat a different word.
Oh, a different word.
This is a different word that means mouth hole.
It's getting erotic again. It's getting erotic.
Then they repeated same word, permit.
Coca-Cola. Oh, cola, Coca-Cola.
And then for the last word, they used lure,
Coca-Cola?
which is a Chinese word that means joy or rejoice.
Is this Mandarin?
It didn't specify here.
Because that
It didn't
sounds
say.
Mandarin. Because you don't really say you speak Chinese, you say you speak Mandarin or Cantonese.
Yes.
It sounds Mandarin.
Article I read didn't specify, but they chose the characters that spelled out, roughly translated,
Yes, go ahead.
permit, mouth hole, permit or may or can, rejoice. So that makes sense. It sounds good, right?
It does kind of make sense. It sounds very, very sexual. That's what I like about the Chinese. They're very open to creativity like this.
Oh, also related to Coca-Cola, here's a conspiracy theory. You hear about hacking vending machines, right?
I've not heard about this.
So, back in the day, they would say you used to be able to hack soda vending machines, especially Coke machines, by inputting a code. Okay?
In the front or the back or through the dollar acceptor?
By actually using the buttons that you use to select the cans, but you have to press them in a certain order.
That's interesting.
Now, back in the 90s, here's the code you would hear, 4231. So whatever the fourth option is from the top, or if it's left to right or whatever, however you would number them in order, press the fourth one, then second, third, and first. And that puts the machine into a debug mode, or an information mode.
Yes.
Now, this doesn't work anymore because they've updated their firmware, because too many people knew about this. And what that does is, it opens up a menu using the LCD screen on the front.
Yeah.
And from there, you can press other buttons to access information, like the history of the machine, how many dollars it's made in its entire lifetime,
Oh.
what the most popular sodas were, which ones were more popular than others.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly harmless. You can't get a free Coke out of this now.
Oh, okay. I thought you could. I thought that was the point of...
Well, that's the hard part. There have been rumors, some people say that they could reprogram the machine so that the Coke cost nothing, or it only cost 1 penny. Well, do they take pennies? I don't know, 1 nickel, let's say. Not substantiated. Most people say you couldn't do that unless you actually could open up the door to the machine, the way that the maintenance guy would, the guy who's in charge of actually restocking it. And once it's open, then you can access the deeper functions. And that's the reason why they didn't patch it for so long. They didn't fix it for a long time because it was mostly harmless opening up this menu. You couldn't get free stuff out of it.
Here's a little tip. This is somewhat related.
Is there a... Oh, there's the bus.
No, it's my
going by.
brother again. It's my brother. No, that's a garbage truck. That's all the debris from the basement.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, he's waving at us. Wave back. Wave back. Hello. Thank you. I'm grateful that he at least let us stay here, even though we are on the roof. Anyway, here's something that's related.
Yes?
If you ever played one of those claw machine games...
I know about this, yes. The claw machine.
Here's my tip. The claw is rigged. Like, it's very sensitive. The claw basically can't pick up jack squat until maybe like the hundredth time.
That's what I've heard.
Then
it's programmed like a slot machine, right?
Then it'll get more of a grip. But here's what you do though. The claw goes up and down, of course, on a little cord or a little rod of some kind. Now the wrist. You see, when the claw comes up again, the point where it connects with the rod is tight. It pinches.
Go on.
Of course.
Yes.
So, and usually with these toys, there's, or with these machines, there are stuffed animals and toys and whatnot dangling from the side of the box. Aim for those. Pinch those. Pull those off the wall.
Interesting.
Yes. But, sorry, I'm going to have to let you go now because now we're on a break.
Oh, okay.
Yes?
I have a few more stories. You want to go to
I'm
the
sorry,
break,
we
though?
have to go on break right now. This is our sponsor. Without the sponsor, we wouldn't have a show. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Friends, the value of gold has never been higher. Logically, that means one thing. Gold is going to keep on going up and never come down, which makes this the perfect time to invest in gold. Our friends at the B.S. Skinner Company will help you change your worthless cash into your very own gold hoard. And for a limited time, they're offering chocolate gold. What is chocolate gold? It's a very rare natural gold-like metal that's like gold, but more brownish colored. It's very rare, and rare things are probably valuable. You would assume. In the morning, I want you to call the B.S. Skinner Company and get your very own chocolate gold. Tell them Shumai Shirashima sent you.
When it's midnight, it's time for Doom Business.
Could you, using lucid dreaming, picture yourself in a yoga studio?
If you conjure up in your mind a fine Indian yoga teacher with red flowing hair and white tennis shoes.
Even if you said,
if you could control your mind,
yoga teacher in my mind, teach me yoga. What if you were just learning made-up, stupid, fake yoga?
The Skyward Dog.
Examining the dark places you don't want to go.
I could tell you all about what I observed when I was asked by the government to remote view Mars. You know what was there, though, on Mars? Just like all kinds of Egyptian crap. Pyramids, there was a space sphinx, there were many naked women there.
Oh my.
And men, but they were standing in the background.
Well, good. Tell me about these women. The other way that I meditate is through music.
But I've had negative results when trying to meditate to later Phil Collins music.
Negative results? Like, what do you mean by negative results?
I close my eyes, a demon head rushes at me out of the darkness.
I would say that is a negative result.
From that time, I decided not to try that again.
Doom Business every week. Tune in. Doom is our business. And business is dooming.
And we're back. Proceed with more of your stories, Christian. I'm very fascinated.
Well, have a few more mysterious fast food stories.
I gotta tell you, my favorite one so far is the secret menus.
I have another story about a secret.
I'm a sucker for food.
Here's another secret.
Is this food related?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, great.
KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh my god, famous bowls.
The secret recipe.
I love their famous bowls.
What is in the famous bowl?
Well,
I've seen a picture, but I couldn't...
Imagine a big bowl.
I couldn't discern what was actually in it. It was mysterious looking.
Imagine, if you will, a pig trough.
Yes.
Dump in potatoes, bits of chicken, cheese, and corn and gravy. Mix it up.
You see little bits of corn stuck in there.
Yes, natural corn.
Go on.
There's your famous bowl. You know, me and the guys have a joke. We call it the famous anus bowl.
Clever.
Now, your KFC story fascinates me because they have a certain taste.
Yes.
So what is their recipe?
Well, you've heard of the 11 herbs and spices.
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
It's a secret recipe that Colonel Sanders claimed
Now, he's a real man.
to have invented.
Right? He's a real man.
He was real.
I heard...
He was a real guy.
I was once listening to this motivational speaker, and he was telling a story about KFC, man.
Yes.
How he went to 100 people, corporations or restaurants or places to make his chicken, and he got denied 100 times. But he tried one more time,
Yes.
And he got his loan, and he was able to make his fine restaurant, which I enjoy greatly.
KFC it's better than Popeyes.
Never had Popeyes.
Yeah, don't.
Oh,
Go ahead and avoid that.
thank you, I will.
So, secret recipe, that's one of the tightest kept secrets in the world of fast food.
Now hold up, are you going to tell me that you know the secret recipe? Is that what you're telling me, that you're going to know it? Because I'm going to go home and make it.
No, I did a lot of research. Here's what I know. First of all, even if you had the spices, you couldn't make it at home because they use a special pressure cooking technique.
Ah, I see.
They put the oil into a pressurized vessel, like a pressure cooker, and they lock it in there, and that's what makes the chicken taste that way. Also, the spices are a secret. Now, I've done a lot of research into these. I do not have the answer. Here's what we know. Colonel Sanders at one time supposedly said that it was a mixture of spices used for sausages and stuffing, and he took those spices and put them together. There's not actual sausage in it. I'm just saying the spices that you would use for a sausage recipe.
Inform me.
Yes.
What are some examples of spices?
I don't know. Pepper, fennel.
Fennel.
Yeah.
Thyme.
Thyme is an herb. This is herbs and spices, both.
Ah, I see.
The key is, of course, that an herb is a leaf, like basil, thyme,
basil.
rosemary, and so on. Whereas a spice is something that is not a leaf.
Salt.
Like a seed. I don't know if salt is considered a spice, but you also use that. Sure.
Pepper.
Yes.
When I hear spice, I think of hot Indian days.
Yes. Spices are any part of a plant that are used for flavoring.
Curry.
That are not a leaf. So it could be a seed or a stem or something like that.
So we don't know what these are.
Here's
KFC.
the security measures. Let me see if I wrote this down. Okay. According to news reports, only 2 people in the world at any given time know the secret recipe.
This is
for
terrible.
KFC.
There are 7 billion people in the world and only 2 know.
There's 2 executives at KFC, and they don't reveal which executives, because otherwise you could kidnap them and torture them for the information.
I'm getting infuriated because it seems like it's impossible. No,
Only
we'll never
2
know.
know. Now, if one of them dies, then someone else will be told the secret. Also, the recipe, the handwritten recipe by Colonel Sanders, who is dead now, handwritten recipe on a piece of paper.
It's real?
It exists.
It still exists?
It is kept
in a vault.
Yes, in a vault at the corporate headquarters of KFC in, where is it?
This should be a movie.
In Louisville, Kentucky, okay? Now, here's the thing. Inside of this vault, there are 3 locks on the door,
What the hell?
and then behind that, there's a filing cabinet with 2 more combination locks on it. And inside of that, there is the actual recipe on paper and 11 vials, each one containing one of the herbs and spices. Now, only one person in the company knows the combination to the vault, who is not the other 2 people who know the recipe.
But he doesn't know the recipe. He just knows the combination.
So that's just in case of an emergency. Now, keep this in mind, and this is true, this is absolutely true. Of those 3 executives, they are not allowed to travel together. They can't be in the same car or plane, because what if the plane goes down?
Oh, right.
So they have to be kept separate.
Wait, now, I'm sure...
Even if the 2 executives die...
No, these are just the spices.
They can still get it out of the vault.
Yes.
Or if their headquarters in Kentucky is blown up, they still have the executives. So they're not going to lose the recipe.
Now, at some point...
Yes.
All of the ingredients, all of the spices and herbs, it goes somewhere, of course. It goes to the restaurants. Like a bag of it, or whatever.
That's right.
Now, if you were Gordon Ramsay, because he's the best, would you not be able to take a pinch, taste it, and just guess the spices?
People have tried, right? People have posted recipes
I'm gonna try
on the
this.
internet.
I know, I've seen them.
There's recipes that say, we think we know what they are.
I just need it to be close. I don't need it
and
to be...
we guessed it.
I don't need it to be exactly perfect.
But here's a quote from the KFC executive.
Okay, wait.
They looked at these recipes and they
Before
said...
you did the... Okay, wait.
Yes.
have to stop you there. I just got a brilliant idea.
Yes.
For you executives in Hollywood land, and he actually was called Hollywood Land back in the day.
Yes.
Here's a movie idea, starring Vin Diesel. Call it Too Fast, Too Spicy. You can probably guess the plot. They're going to break into the headquarters of KFC. Maybe at some point, the mid-mark, the high point of the movie, they dig up the Colonel's grave, and they look for the recipe.
Well, there could be a lot of chicken-related crimes that they have to solve. So the government brings in, like The Rock brings them in and says,
"Oh, right, yes.
Only you can solve these chicken-related crimes because you're a chicken-related gang."
And then he's very scared, and then The Rock says, "Don't be chicken."
What's that beeping sound?
It's my brother again. He's just reversing. But go on with your story. So the quote, now back up a little bit and explain this quote.
So someone asked the executives at KFC, hey, have you seen these recipes where people backwards engineer what they think the herbs and spices are?
This is exciting.
And the executive said, quote, not even close. Quote, there are things in the recipe that would surprise people.
Oh, that's gross.
No. Here's the other thing.
Do I even want to know what that even is? I think we're all thinking the same thing.
Also, by the way, you may be wondering, how do they mix the spices in the first place without people knowing it?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's real simple. There are two companies involved. They hire one company to mix half of it.
They don't know what the other one is doing. Is that how it works?
Yes.
I'm getting mad hearing this. If they just sold the recipe in a box, no secrets, people would buy it up. I'd buy it. I'd use it.
The problem is, of course, is that, again, you couldn't cook it at home because of the pressure cooker thing.
You know what? My mom's future husband, which didn't happen, once had a pressure cooker. He was Filipino. And what he would do, and it's kind of a big thing too, is he'd cook, I don't know what he was. It was like a rice. It was colored. It was like blue rice.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. It was like a candy rice.
I haven't heard of this.
But one day, I heard a big kaboom, water splashing.
See, that's why pressure cookers scare me.
And a horrible yell. I'm not even making this up. This is actually true. And a horrible yell, and the hot water and all that stuff got onto his face. And he was scarred. I think he still is. Like this black, ebony scar. It looked like Florida.
Oh my God.
Like, it looked like Florida was just on his face.
Florida.
I'm guessing he was in pain. Look, I've had hot water on my fingertips once.
I heard.
And it hurts. So you have two companies mixing it. One doesn't know what the other one is doing or how they're doing it.
They got to keep them separated.
Like the song, yes, Offspring. Go on. Any more? That's actually a very good...
That's all I have on this subject.
Really, you know what? That's my favorite story so far. Quite fascinating.
And it's all true, by the way, too.
I'm angry, yet fascinated. Any more stories there? I'm looking at your notes there. Do you have any more? I want to hear more.
I have one more story.
Okay, we'll end on this because we're out of time right now.
This story is not too fast food related. Kind of. I mean, well, imagine a world where an entire McDonald's was run by all the employees were 8-year-olds.
Sounds terrible. You know how I hate kids.
So I'm going to tell you about, you may have heard of this, some of our listeners may know about this, a thing called Kidzania. You haven't heard of this?
The first thing that comes to mind is Zoolander.
A lot of listeners in America where we are,
Kidzania?
because Hawaii is part of America, may not have heard about this because they have not opened one here.
I'm getting angry hearing this. You just combined my favorite fast food with my most hateful of entities.
So Kidzania is a sort of theme park / educational park for kids concept. The first one was opened in Mexico City in 1999. Okay? And since then it spread to different locations around the world. Tokyo, Lisbon, Jakarta, Seoul, Dubai. They're constantly expanding. This is getting popular.
Any place in America?
Not yet. Now, you could ask yourself, why not in America? Maybe...
I don't even know what this even is.
Okay, let me explain it.
What is this?
It's a theme park. It's a fun center.
Are there kids giving you food
Yes.
Oh,
now here's how it
no.
works.
See,
no,
this is
not
why it
you,
makes me
not
mad.
you, not
Oh.
giving to, but to each other. They're doing it to each other. Now listen.
What?
This is a theme park that is open to kids from 3 to 13 years old only. So, no teenagers, just younger
You can't
kids.
even walk onto the property? You can't order food.
You can't buy a ticket. You have to buy a ticket. It's like Disneyland. It costs money to enter, okay? And what it is it's usually built inside of a building, inside of a mall or something. A large indoor space that's a miniature town. A kid-sized town. So all the doors are shorter. And what is in this town, they replicate things that are in a normal town. Stores, police stations.
Oh, are there little
All
police,
kinds of buildings.
kid cops too, I assume?
Well, here's the idea. So you go to Kidzania, you bring your kids there. The idea is the kids get to pretend that they're doing everything that adults do.
Oh, man. I'm just so angry how... See, they're so
And they
lucky.
have to get jobs. Here's the thing, okay. In Kidzania, and I don't know why it's called that, by the way.
It's zany.
Is it because it's zany?
It's zany.
Or is it inspired by the country of Tanzania? I don't know. But, okay. In Kidzania, they have their own money, and it's called Kidzos.
Oh, like euros.
Now, when you go in there, each kid, and remember, you have to pay money to even get in here in the first place.
Oh, so not just the food.
So, but when each kid gets 50 Kidzos to start with, they get their own bank account and their own ATM card.
What the F? See,
Okay.
so lucky.
Now, they can go in and spend money, and what's in Kidzania?
Ice cream stores?
McDonald's.
Oh.
So, they're partnered with corporate sponsors.
So what are those?
All kinds of, let me see, here's just a few of them. There's Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Domino's Pizza,
Ew.
Walmart. Now,
Well, Walmart,
and many
of course,
others.
Walmart. A lot of Walmarts in Hawaii have a McDonald's in them.
yes.
I don't know if the mainland has... I'm sure the mainland has that.
So cleverly, these corporations pay money to have their stores miniaturized and put into Kidzania,
Well,
and that helps advertise, of course, to kids while they're being educated, of course. You could call it adver-edutainment. Now, here's how it works. So you're a kid. Your kid goes in there, and your kid goes, "Okay, I want to buy a hamburger from McDonald's." So they go there. There are other kids working in the McDonald's.
I was just going to ask that. Like, do kids... Because
So they go, okay.
that doesn't make any sense. Like, how does a kid know how to do things?
Well, they
'Cause
have adult supervisors. However, these supervisors are known as supervisors.
I see a trend here.
Now, here's how it works, okay? So
Are the police called Zulis?
the kids go in there, and they go, "Okay, I want a hamburger. Okay, give me a shake, whatever. Okay, that'll be 50 Kidzos. Okay,
Holy
they
crap.
buy it.
Okay.
Now they're out of Kidzos, so now what? They have to go to work. So this is how the ecosystem works.
I'm getting a little
right?
bit disturbed, but proceed.
So then they go, okay, what are things you can do? Let's go talk to the supervisors, and they'll tell the kids, and they'll instruct them how to do it. And they go, you want to work in the mini McDonald's? We're going to show you how to put together a hamburger. Or do you want to work in the miniature Coca-Cola bottling plant?
Oh, man.
Or, and this is the best one, maybe for fun, you want to work as a cashier at Walmart.
I'm thinking of... What's that word that sounds like brainstorming? It'll come to me.
Life hacking?
Oh, maybe.
No?
Maybe.
Kidzania. Now, the weird thing is, they keep track of your account balance. So if the parents want to bring the kids back again later, well, you keep your money. It's almost like an MMO, right? You keep your money. You come back next time, you get the same account back. So it kind of hooks the kids and the families to coming back there over and over again. And learn how to be good consumers in a capitalist society. They can learn how to be a dentist.
What?
But not, I don't think they're practicing on real people, but maybe they're practicing on a little model or something.
Or little teddy bears.
Now, of course, the dentist office is sponsored by Crest, and they have Crest advertisements playing on TVs in there.
Is there a video of this on YouTube?
Yeah, look it up, Kidzania. Look
Okay,
it up.
everyone look this up.
What else is there? Parents can kind of get involved too, but they're not allowed in the actual Kidzania because that's only for kids. So, like, let's say the kids wanted to have a fashion show, because that's one of the activities you can have is You could model fashions like a fashion designer. So they built a tiny stage with a tiny runway, like a fashion model thing, and now the parents, though, have to stay behind glass. There's like a window. There's a walled-off part.
Yes.
So you could have adults sitting behind the glass wall as young children model clothing for them back and forth. I saw this in a video.
I can guess why America does not have this yet. See, there's hope in America still.
It has to be adjusted, I think, for an American audience.
There's a problem, I think, with the I think out of all of this, the Walmart thing bothers me the most. You can be a cashier at the Walmart.
Look in the video, you'll see it. A little kid dressed up in a little vest, a little Walmart vest.
Oh, I don't even want to imagine
checking out, I guess, another kid who's buying something.
No, look, I'm not knocking Walmart. I shop there all the time.
Like some kid is buying plastic lawn furniture, maybe.
It's just total, I remember the word now, brainwashing.
Now here's the other thing. Each Kidzania has a council of 14 kids.
Oh, like Star Wars.
And they are called the Congress. Okay?
That does not sound fun at all.
They meet once every month to just discuss what's happening at school and also what should be in Kidzania.
Are these the same kids every year, or it's different kids?
I think each location has its own Congress, and they must change them out. I mean, especially if they get too old, right? Then they have to change them out for young ones.
So this is kind of like real life, when you think about it.
Now, of course, there are adults who run this place.
But who are
the
they?
The supervisors.
Are they the shadow government?
The managers, the manager of an entire branch of Kidzania, the adult, goes by the title of the governor.
Walking Dead.
So they have titles that are just like government. Now this raises some questions.
I'm getting bad goosebumps.
If
like
Kidzania has its own money,
inverted goosebumps from
and its own
this.
government, it's essentially something that you hear about in science fiction. Neil Stephenson's The Diamond Age, for example, talked about the idea of countries within countries, nation-states that exist non-geographically, but that exist inside of other nation-states.
This is kind of like that, yes.
They have their own money. They have their own government. They are taking control of the kids.
This sounds exactly like that.
Everything, though, is smaller, so it's hard to get through doorways. Kidzania.
Now, the Congress.
Yes.
Now, why didn't they add the... Why isn't it called Congressania?
Well, they can't add that to every word in the world.
The I guess you just can't do it.
Or maybe they just replace the Z in the front. Zongris.
That sounds good. Thank you, Christian, for your list. It's very entertaining.
Think about that the next time that you visit a fast food place.
Ask for the McGangBang.
Think about the secrets residing inside.
What I'm going to do...
Penis Shooter. Think about that.
You just had to say that.
Just ask for that at Jamba Juice. With a straight face.
You just had to say that, didn't you?
I dare you to.
I will not do that. What I will do when I get home is I'm going to Google KFC ripoff recipe. And like I said, I just want it to taste a little bit like it. It doesn't have to be exactly like it. And folks, if you have any comments or questions, please post them on our Facebook or YouTube or MySpace too, if we even have one. I don't think we have one anymore.
Well,
I think we did, but not
Business
anymore.
Doesn't have one. Now, I have my own one that when you visit it, it plays Anne-Marie Snowbird automatically when you visit the page. But Doom Business itself doesn't have its own page. There's a guy that we have who does all our web stuff for us.
Unfortunately, MySpace 2 is a failure.
Oh, is it?
Thanks to Justin Timberlake.
I didn't hear about
that whole thing was actually Justin Timberlake's pet project.
It was?
That's why his face is everywhere when you go visit that website.
Oh, that's him.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I thought it was just some dude.
He's an actor now. He acts in very fine films.
Right.
Like The Guru.
Yeah, the Love Guru.
And oddly enough...
That came to mind.
Oddly enough, the most recent Coen Brothers movie. Not even joking, that's true. So folks, hope you enjoyed the show today. Tune in next time on Doom Business. You know, Christian, I have an idea for something.
Yes?
You should actually do another episode of the remote viewing. Go into the KFC vault. I think our fans would like that.
I think I will try that.
Yes.
There's nothing that remote viewing can't see.
No. No, you might be...
Unless they have psychic dampeners.
Ah.
Or...
Precogs.
Psychic... Yes, exactly. Precogs, otherwise known as psychic countermeasures, who are people who are paid to just sit around the room thinking they're bald. They're bald, of course, thinking really hard to block all incoming remote...
You should draw this.
And that was Doom Business, your weekly dose of the paranormal. The time is now 1:30 a.m. Hey kids, you like basketball? Well, how about exercising your brain instead? Stay tuned for Hip Mozart with Shades McFadden.